If you're planning an ADU in Southern California, let me say something clearly. Most ADUs don't go over budget during construction. They go over budget before construction ever starts. Not because contractors are bad, not because homeowners are careless, but because structure wasn't established early enough. In Southern California, ADUs commonly range from $150,000 to $350,000 plus. On a $250,000 ADU, 10% drift equals $25,000. 15% drift equals $37,500. 20% drift equals $50,000. That kind of money doesn't disappear in one dramatic mistake. It disappears quietly. Small scope shifts, utility surprises, permit revisions, allowance gaps, emotional upgrades, and compressed timelines. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 5-step system smart homeowners use to build an ADU without cost drift. Not DIY advice, not contractor marketing, structure. Building an ADU in Southern California is not like building in a low-cost state. Here, you're dealing with higher labor rates, very strict energy compliance via Title 24, sewer and utility capacity reviews, electrical panel upgrades, fire setback requirements, hillside conditions, local city plan check nuances, and more. Pasadena is different from Los Angeles. Los Angeles is different from Orange County. Orange County is different from San Diego. Every jurisdiction adds variables, and variables create volatility. The next 5 steps eliminate that volatility before you commit any capital, before design, before pricing, or before contractors. Let me ask you a question. Why are you building this ADU? Be honest. Is this a long-term rental income strategy? Housing for aging parents? A future resale value play? A flexible family asset? Or a short-term financial boost? Most homeowners skip this step. They jump into design inspiration, but clarity drives everything from your layout efficiency to your timeline urgency. For example, if this is a rental income ADU, durability and ROI matter more than luxury upgrades. If this is multi-generational housing, comfort and accessibility matter more than rental yield. If this is resale focused, appraisal positioning matters. When clarity is weak, emotional decisions creep in. Emotional decisions compound into cost drift. Clarity protects your capital. This is where most ADUs go wrong. Homeowners collect bids before building structural clarity. Here's what happens. Contractor A assumes standard finishes. Contractor B assumes mid-tier finishes. Contractor C assumes a panel upgrade is required. Contractor D assumes no panel upgrade. You receive 4 numbers and think you're comparing price. You're not. You're comparing assumptions. A blueprint means before pricing, you evaluate your site conditions, utility infrastructure, electrical capacity, sewer tie-ins, grading requirements, energy compliance, and allowance realism. Let's talk utilities. In Southern California, electrical panel upgrades alone can cost between $5,000 to $15,000, depending on your scope. Sewer capacity issues can trigger trenching costs. Site grading can shift foundation design. If those aren't addressed early, they show up mid-project. Mid-project corrections are expensive. Unclear scope creates fake budgets. Fake budgets create real overruns. A project blueprint reduces contractor risk, which improves pricing accuracy. Most homeowners hire based on the lowest bid, on personality fit, or online reviews. But here's the problem. Without the blueprint clarity, the lowest bid may simply reflect missing assumptions. A $40,000 difference in ADU bids often reflects allowance gaps, missing contingencies, scope interpretation differences, or timeline compression. Smart hiring looks like this. You compare scope consistency, allowance levels, timeline logic, payment structure, and change order policy. If one contractor's allowance for cabinets is $10,000, and the others is $20,000, that's not a deal. That's a future change order. Builders are hired to build. Structure determines what they build. This is where cost drift becomes real. Drift rarely feels dramatic. It feels incremental. Like, let's upgrade that fixture. Let's move this wall slightly. Or we need this sooner. On a $250,000 ADU, small 2 to 3% adjustments stack quickly. Management precision includes weekly cost visibility, change order impact review, defined decision deadlines, schedule discipline, and community clarity. Without structured oversight, even great contractors operate reactively. Reactive construction increases friction. Friction increases cost. The best run projects feel boring on purpose. Boring means predictable, and predictable protects capital. The final 5% of the project protects 100% of the value. This stage includes your punch list discipline, final inspections, permit closure, utility sign-offs, rental readiness, and insurance alignment. If your ADU is income producing, you must consider the following. You must consider tenant durability, maintenance strategy, market rent positioning, tax implications, and appraisal positioning. A rust finish erodes long-term performance. Professional finishes are planned, not rushed. There are only 2 phases where you truly control outcome. Number 1, before pricing, and number 2, before signing contracts. After that, deposits create momentum, materials are ordered, schedules lock in, and correction becomes expensive. If you haven't signed contracts yet, this is your window of leverage. Use it. If you're planning an ADU in Southern California, I created a free guide, The 5 Steps to Building a Profitable ADU in Southern California. It walks you through this system in detail so you can apply it to your specific property. Download it below. And if you want help applying these steps before you commit capital, schedule a project evaluation. In that session, we will stress test your ADU strategy and identify risk exposure. This is not a contractor quote, it's financial protection. Because once construction begins, hidden costs are no longer hidden, they're invoices. Clarity first, construction second.